Hey, welcome back to Life and Bullshit. I'm Janine, and I'm really glad you're here today.
So, back from Disney. I don't know if you listened to my last episode. What a wild ride, but we had a great time. But that's not what this episode is about today. So, again, I'm really glad you're here. And whether you're driving, folding laundry, sitting on a balcony, hiding in your bathroom for 5 minutes, peace from your kids, or just trying to get through another day, welcome. Today, I want to talk about something that completely stopped me in my tracks for the first time, or when the first time I heard it. How you do anything is how you do everything. And when I first heard that phrase, I remember thinking, well, that's a little uncomfortable. Be- ooh, because if I'm being real, there are definitely things in my life I have half done. I mean, I've rushed through, things I've avoided, things I've told myself I'd get to later, things I knew I could do better if I actually put my full effort into them. And I started wondering, if I cut corners in one area of my life, where else am I cutting corners? Now, before anybody listening starts beating themselves up, that's not where we're going with this conversation. It's not about shame or being perfect. It's not about waking up tomorrow morning and becoming some superhuman productivity machine. It's just about awareness. It's about noticing. Because once you notice something, you have the power to change it. And that's really cool. It really is. And that's where the growth starts. Um, I think a lot of us spend our lives trying to look successful or like we have it all together, trying to be the good kid, the good employee, the good parent, the good spouse, the good friend, the responsible one, the strong one. And sometimes we're so focused on what everybody else sees, we forget to think about who we are when nobody's watching. Who are you when it's just you? Not your social media profile, not your family, not your coworkers, not your friends, just you. Because integrity isn't what you do when people are paying attention, it's what you do when nobody is. The choices you make alone matter. The promises you keep to yourself matter. And the way you speak to people who can't do anything for you, it does matter. The shopping cart you return matters, the apology you make, the temptation you resist, the kindness you show matters. Even when nobody sees it, it does matter because character is built in those moments. And I think that's why this quote stayed with me for years, because it made me look at myself, not other people, but myself. And trust me, that is not always comfortable because it's a lot easier to point out what everyone else is doing wrong. It's much harder to sit quietly and ask, what am I doing wrong? What kind of example am I actually setting? And what kind of person am I becoming? As a parent, this hit me especially hard because my kids are watching everything, not just what I say, but what I do. And I start thinking about something funny. You know, when you tell your children to clean their room and then you walk in and they've shoved everything into a drawer or under a bed or into a closet, and technically the room looks clean, but we all know it's not clean. It's hidden. It's a shortcut. It's doing just enough to get by. And then I started asking myself, how often do adults do the same thing? You know, just in other ways. Maybe not with toys, but with life. Now, maybe we hide things, avoid things, push them off, take shortcuts, do the bare minimum. Tell ourselves we'll deal with it later. And again, this isn't about judgment because every single one of us does it sometimes, at least once in our life. Come on, you have to admit it. I mean, it's worth noticing because the habits we practice become the person we become. And something I've learned over the past few years is that confidence doesn't come from thinking differently. Confidence comes from proving things to yourself, keeping small promises, doing what you said you would do, following through, showing up again and again. And the beautiful thing is that these don't have to be giant accomplishments. Sometimes it's just making your bed in the morning or taking a walk. Sometimes it's drinking water. Sometimes it's finally making the phone call you've been avoiding for so long. And sometimes it's spending 10 minutes doing something you've been putting off for 6 months. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We all have that one thing. I think structure gets a bad reputation sometimes. People hear words like discipline or routine and immediately think it sounds restrictive. But structure can be freedom because when you create healthy habits, you're teaching your brain who you want to become. Every small action is a vote for your future self. And here's something I wish more people understood. When you start changing your life, it often feels fake at first. Really, it does. It's awkward. It feels forced, like you're pretending, like you're acting, like you're trying on a version of yourself that doesn't quite fit yet. And a lot of people quit during that stage. Think about, it's actually normal, but think about learning anything new. Driving, swimming, public speaking, parenting. Nothing feels natural at first. Nothing. You practice, you repeat, you mess up, you keep going, and eventually, the thing that feels fake starts to feel familiar. Then it becomes comfortable, and it becomes part of who you are. And that's something really important to realize. Maybe that's what growth really is. Not becoming somebody else, but being more aligned with the person you actually want to be. I think that's why I love conversations about mindfulness so much. Mindfulness teaches us to pause. And in that pause, we gain choice. Instead of reacting automatically, instead of running on autopilot, instead of repeating the same habits over and over, we stop, we notice, and we choose. And that's powerful because every single day gives us another opportunity, another chance, another choice to become a little more intentional, a little more present, and a little more aligned with the values we care about. If you're listening right now and your life feels messy, if you feel behind, if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like you're barely holding things together, I want you to hear this. You're not broken. You're not doomed. And you're not stuck. The brain changes. People change. Habits change. Lives change. Not overnight, but they do change. One small decision at a time. One new habit at a time. One moment of awareness at a time. So maybe this week, instead of using the phrase, how you do anything is how you do everything, as pressure, use it as a reflection. Ask yourself, where am I showing up fully? Where am I cutting corners? Where am I being intentional? Where am I operating on autopilot? And what kind of example do I really want to be? What is one small thing I can do today that aligns with that person? The person that you want to be. Not 10 things, not 50, one. Because that's how change begins. One choice, one habit, one moment, one day at a time. So, thank you for spending this time with me today. And I hope this gave you something to think about. And if nobody has told you lately, you're probably doing way better than you think. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep showing up. Especially for yourself. And remember, guys, you got this.